Hey, thanks for tuning in to Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. How are you? First of all, number one, do me a favor. If you're watching the show, if you're watching the video, you do me a huge favor by just liking the video. If you do like it a lot, share it. That would go a really long way. And even subscribe to the channel if you want to keep updated on what's going on here. The Quarantine Comedy is a show where we talk to lots of different performers, entertainment professionals, all kinds of types, writers, producers, directors, showrunners, actors, musicians, guitar players, who should also be a musician, drummers, also a musician, people from cruise ships, techs, sound engineers, all kinds of people who are entertainment professionals. We talk to them about how they're dealing with COVID, how their careers have changed, and how they've reinvented themselves to move forward. If you do or do not know this, 77% of all people working in entertainment industry, in the live entertainment industry, lost 100% of their income. That is a true fact. You can Google it, look it up. I wouldn't make that up. Tons of people lost their jobs during COVID. Lots of people in live entertainment lost their jobs. And there's to think about it. There's no shows almost anywhere. A lot of states are still shut down, and you can't get out. You can't see a show. So this show gives them an opportunity to get back out in front of you, to let you know what they're doing, see how you can keep in touch with them, maybe buy their merch, buy their albums, see them online, see them live. It also gives you an opportunity to stay in touch with some of the people that you've enjoyed over the years. If you enjoy the show, do me a favor, support it as much as you can. Like I said, you could like the show, you could share it, you should subscribe. Here's the deal. Besides this show, I produce four different live streaming shows on the internet. They are all free. If you enjoy them, please watch them. We don't have any sponsors. If you want to sponsor, support, or donate to the show, you can do that. Bam, right there. There's a couple of options for you financially if you want to throw some cash. Here's how it works. As I said, 3 of the 4 shows I do are free. They don't cost you nothing. I know COVID sucks for everyone, so you can watch the show for free and get all kinds of free entertainment online. Be my guest, do so. If you watch the show and you enjoy it and you feel like you want to support it and you do want to pay for the 30-minute or 60-minute show that you watched, feel free to do so at any one of those options. You can go to my website, lennyschmidt.com/if-you-can. There's a credit card and a PayPal button there. You can go to Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. You can go to Cash App at $ Lenny Schmidt Comedy also. And also the Patreon page. I'll explain that a little bit more at the end of the show. It's a way to support all the other shows that I'm producing online. If you can't afford it and you can't do it, that's cool. That's fine. I understand. COVID is tough on everybody. Then you know what? Just sit back, enjoy the show, and enjoy today's guest. And we're going to get started here in 3, 2... Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Lenny Schmidts Quarantine Comedy. It's good to be here. It is great to be here live. I hope you had a good weekend. Today's Monday. It's a good day. In Southern California, the weather was very nice here in California. It was beautiful, in the high 80s. Finished up my Christmas shopping today. I don't know if any of you guys are still Christmas shopping. This is the first year I'm actually ahead of Christmas shopping. I'm amazed. Usually here's how it goes. Usually, I'm out of town and I'm not home, and I order packages and I have them sent to my house. And by house, I mean my apartment. Let's not get crazy. I live in California. There's no way I have a house here. My quiet little 1-bedroom apartment. Those gifts would pile up on my patio, and I would call my neighbors and go, "Hey, go pick up my gifts. I got some shit laying out there. Don't let the neighbors or strange people take it." Because they're gifts for my kids. That's all I buy gifts for, really, is the kids. And then I hide them, or then they stay at my buddy's house. And then literally, the last 2 years this has happened. I fly in on Christmas Eve or the day before, and I go over there and grab all the gifts and then wrap them all up and put them under the tree. That's the plan. That's not this year. This year, there's a bunch of stuff under the tree already. Obviously, we know that there's no traveling, so I'm home. And I got almost everything done. I got to go tomorrow and pick up another thing and 2 more things. And I have believe it or not, 3 packages that were supposed to be late that are going to be here on Wednesday. So I'm bragging. I can't believe I'm done with my Christmas shopping. I told someone about it. It's a weird feeling. I feel you know what it is? I'm buying more shit. That's what's happening. Like I got everything bought and it's under the tree, and I'm like, I can't be done. This can't be right. I must have forgot some stuff. So I bought the kids a lot of shit during COVID. During COVID, right? Perfect time for me buying shit. By the way, when I can't, not working, no money, no income. That's it. Although I did spend all day driving yesterday for my little Uber Eats job. I'll tell you, I learned this: driving Uber Eats on a Sunday day in Hollywood or in LA is not a bad deal. You make pretty good money. I spent all day driving around delivering, and people are nice Sunday afternoon. People in the afternoon on a Sunday are very pleasant and nice, and you stop by, and it's kind of like a family to get together, and you're dropping off big boxes of chicken, and whatever you're doing, and they're really pleasant and nice to you. It's cool. It's very impressive. As opposed to, Friday nights when I usually deliver in Hollywood, and I show up, and people are yelling at me and screaming at me, and I have to wake people up because they're drunk. That happens. That happens a lot. It's very annoying. I have to wake them up. I'm constantly waking people up in the middle of the night. That's the most annoying thing about delivering Uber Eats in LA or anywhere. Maybe, I guess, I don't know. LA is a whole different animal at delivering Uber Eats because people always talk about this. They go, if you're delivering Uber Eats and you get an order request, don't turn it down, because if you turn it down, they take you out of the algorithm. And then you get less orders. Yeah, that's not the case in L.A. There's a million people eating food here, so I turn down orders constantly if it doesn't pay enough. You know what I mean? Because they're like, hey, $3 for half an hour. I'm like, hey, fuck you. That's not happening. I will do the $5 for 15-minute delivery. Anyway, people are nice on a Sunday. I'm babbling. People are nice on a Sunday. Friday night, they are not nice, and you have to wake them up. That's the most annoying thing in the world, is to be pounding on someone's door at 2:30 in the morning. By the way, not safe. Middle of a neighborhood, not the greatest neighborhood in the area, and I'm on the side of a building, like in a carport, yelling, hey, wake up! Slam, as neighbors come out, and it's not a good look. That's all I got. Now I'm sitting here watching the news. Today, the big news today, of course, is the stimulus package, which is seconds from being passed. I believe everyone voted for it. I'm watching the news. I'm watching one window. I have the stimulus vote going on. I don't know where that went. The other window, I'm watching Jimmy Dore bitch about the stimulus not being enough. Then the other door, I'm watching MSNBC talk about how great the stimulus is. And then I have another one, which is just Donald Trump, who still thinks he's the president. So those are the 4 feeds I'm watching as I'm talking to you guys over here. But the stimulus is coming through, folks. If you're excited about it, you're getting some support, some relief here. That's not bad. That's good. It helps. Frankly, the stimulus is fucking embarrassing. I don't know if you're with me on that, but it's every other country in the world is Australia is paying their people to stay home. That happened. There was somebody on the internet. It's $24,000 they had sent to them during the break, the COVID shutdown over 9 months. I'm not saying everybody should stay home to make money, but other countries just said, just fuck stay home. We'll take care of you. You'll be good. And here it's like, we don't know. We've got to work out this other thing. There's another detail we have to talk about in the stimulus. We're not sure if we should protect businesses. So that's the debate. And you'll all be getting a $600 check. I'm sorry. You'll all be trying to get your $600 check in the next couple of weeks. That's what's going to be happening. And then when you don't get it, I'm sure there's going to be some websites coming up where you can go to that. And the I didn't get my stimulus check again website. You can go to that one. I'm sure that's going to be a popular one again. Like my daughter got a stimulus check. Let me rephrase that. My daughter had a stimulus check issued the first time around. Shouldn't even have gotten one. But I don't think she was eligible. She didn't work last year. She's a college student, and she never got the check. We got the letter from the president, the big thank you letter, or the thank me letter. That was it, the thank me letter in May or June. The whole thank me for sending you guys money. But anyway, someone got my daughter's stimulus check and deposited it into their bank, And we've talked to the IRS 3 or 4 times, and we have to try and track that money down. Not that I'm trying to get it for her because I'm pretty sure she's not eligible. However, I'm uncomfortable that someone is receiving money under my daughter's name. That is an issue to me. So we have to make sure that's not a tax thing. And even more importantly, we were trying, because I'm really big on the internet LifeLock. I use what am I using now? These different internet protection, the dark web protection, so it protects my social security number and all that stuff. But when Anna became 18. She got her own. Man, I'm really babbling today. All right, look, let's just move on. Okay, first of all, let's go to the board. Let's see who's here. Anyway, stimulus is coming. It's not enough. So there you go. But then Joe Biden's coming in office, and then there should be another stimulus probably in March. That's how they do it here. 3 months you're going to need in March. Another stimulus. Let's say hello to everyone who's here. Lori Solanka is here again. Hey, Lori, thank you. I'm glad you're here. I always thought you told me you go to work and you catch up when you come home. So I'm glad you're here live. Thanks. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Mulligans are here, both of you. For those of you that are in the Patreon members, also this, and more importantly, this weekend, Saturday, December 26th, 6 p.m. Pacific time, Reconnecting Comedy, which is the live streaming sketch, improv, interactive comedy show that I do every couple of months. It is this Saturday. We've been shooting footage for it for the last week or two, last couple of weeks actually, and Tammy and Vince Mulligan did their work Friday night, and it was brilliant. This just show what I did was I took all the members from my Patreon page and gave them parts in a sketch. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but everybody gets a little piece. Everybody gets a little cameo, and we've been shooting them for a couple of weeks. I also got videos from the one and only Lang Parker, who I spoke with today. She's submitted 2 videos for the show, as well as my good friend Stephen Briggs. And I just got a text as we speak from the one and only Cody Dove, who is a Second City improv genius. He would hate if I said that, by the way. But him and I tried some improv stuff last time, and it didn't go well. This time we're going to try it again, and hopefully it'll go better. So anyway, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's this weekend, December 26th at 6 o'clock Pacific. I will start plugging that tomorrow. Hardcore. The link will be up, and the stream URL will be up as well tomorrow, so you can get on there. It is a free show. Unless, as always, you want to join the pay whatever the hell you want plan, which is you go to any one of those links that are just ticking across my head there, and you can donate or pay money. You can pay as little as $1 if you can watch the show for free. And if you like it and you think, hey, that's worth some money, throw some money at the show. We'll take $1. We'll take $5. We'll take $10. We'll take $15, $20. We'll take $15,000. There's a link for that. Lori's at work and watching the show. Man, that's commitment right there. Thank you very much. Don't tell your bosses. Tammy, you are brilliant. That is absolutely correct. Robin Greenberg, hello. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you are here. And I think that's and the Runyons are here, of course. I got Keith Runyon. Keith Runyon's having a fight with the computer, which is ironic because your guest and I, Bill Gorgo, spent a good, 15, 20 hours trying to get him connected today. If you remember, Bill was on the show about a month ago. I specifically had him back because we had sound issues. And the whole show, I had him on Facebook, on his phone, and it played his sound through the microphone, but you could see him on the computer. This time, it's a little different. This time, we have a sound down, so you'll be able to hear him. No problem. But I think his video is going to be very Max Headroom-ish. You know what I'm talking about? Do you remember Headroom? It was like a computerized face. Yeah, so his video is a little iffy, but we don't care. We don't care. I almost saw Bill have a mental breakdown tonight. He had a towel. He was patting his head. I mean, it wasn't going well. We had it figured out. You know, I thought we were good, and then it didn't. And then and the best part is he's trying to explain it to me, but I can't hear him, so I just see his lips moving. And I'm like, Bill, I can't hear anything. And then he can't hear me. It was a clusterfuck. It was a lot of fun. It was awesome. It was exactly what you think 2 old guys would be doing with a computer and technology right around this time. So... and with that being said, why don't we take a moment? Let's take a look at, let's get a taste of my good friend right here. This is a guy I know from Chicago. I've known him for years. He was one of the first Chicago guys I went on the road with, and we worked some of the famous John Yoder gigs. Boy, those were the days. John Yoder gigs. They were fun. Folks, give it up for the one and only. Here he is, my good friend, Bill Gorgo.
Not only a comedian, get this, he's a comedy writer, actor, playwright, teacher. Bill Gorgo, everybody. Give it up.
It's the way we handle snow in Chicago. Ooh, an inch of snow Quick, 18 inches of salt will take care of that shit right now. Hurry, before they wake up. Yeah, you laugh. Last winter I got stuck in the salt 3 times. What the hell? What are you supposed to put on it? Pepper? I have no idea. Can you get like a big bag of pepper in the trunk from Menards or some shit? Typical Thanksgiving conversation. Hey, you know who I saw the other day? That guy. You know, he used to live across the street. When we had that house over by that park, you know, around the corner there was that theater. Oh, you know, we saw that movie with that actor. He was married to that tennis player. They had that dog. Do what I do. Just look him right in the eye and go, how's he doing? Just bump him back on the track.
All right, folks, that's the one and only. Let's hear it. Let's bring him to the stage live. The stage. I always say that. That always cracks me up. Let's see how this works. Let's see if the technology is going to be our friend for the next 45 minutes. God can only hope, because I swear to God, I'm pretty sure that Bill will actually have a heart attack if this doesn't go well. Let's give it up for the one and only Bill Gorgo. Here he is, folks, live.
I can't tell you how close I was.
Dude, I thought
in the chest.
I could see the veins in your head just pulsating. You didn't look happy. You didn't look well at all.
You got to understand, I've had a computer since 1982. It's not, I don't know what I'm doing, but everything I tried failed utterly. And there's no, when it's the computer, you can't just like slap it or motivate talking louder.
Yeah,
those tricks just don't work. Because I tried.
Yeah.
Not.
Try yelling at it. Yeah, it's not like a kid.
No.
Where you go, hey, asshole,
No.
get your shit together. Let's go. Because it just freezes up on you.
When you yell, you feel better for an instant, and then you realize I'm yelling at an inanimate object, it's not working. So then you feel worse.
Yeah.
This is better.
There you go. Yeah, so we're fine. We're good. This is good enough. This works for me. Plus, you can get whatever camera angle you want because you can move the phone around. I like it. It's good. It's workable.
And the other good news is with my $600 stimulus check, I can go out and buy the same computer I bought in 1982.
Dude, where's your pen? Write that down. That's the best new stimulus joke I've heard so far.
Oh, man.
Very good.
No, I'll tell you, I was talking to our buddy Tim Walko today.
Yeah.
And complaining about the 600 and the fact that they actually had to include in the bill the deduction for a business lunch, even though you can't find an open restaurant. So what Tim and I are going to do is every day I'm going to make lunch for him, and I'm going to eat it the next day because he didn't show up, and then he's going to make lunch for me on alternate days. And then we're just going to write off our lunches.
There you go. Write off lunches. There you go.
We're taking each other to lunch for the rest of our lives.
That's smart. Why wouldn't you? I didn't even know that was in there. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that was the big news. Now we can't give $600, which works out to what, 20 cents a month or something for the pandemic.
Dude, for the 9 months.
We can't do that without. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was it was 1,200 9 months ago, and then so what's the? I don't understand the reasoning for it to go down. They're like, oh, this has only been 9 months. This isn't nowhere near as bad as we thought it would be. Let's just give them 6 this time. That should be enough.
But the economy is the best it's ever been in the history of mankind.
Yeah, okay.
Can't afford to give you $600 for food.
Yeah,
because you're starving to death in the economy that's better. Don't get me started. I talked to Tim.
Yeah.
He'll make you go out and get a gun. He really will.
No, I keep forgetting to call Tim. I got to call Tim. He'd be great for the show. Man, I got to call him. Okay. I keep forgetting to call him.
You wouldn't even have to be on.
I know. I love guys like that because then I just sit here. I'm tired of talking. I've been doing the show a long time.
Hi, Tim.
Yeah.
Hi, Tim. What's new?
What do you think about the stimulus, Tim? Yeah, just let him go. I'll tell you.
Oh, man.
Those fuck sticks. He's the guy that said fuck stick. He's the guy that
and fuck sticks.
He's the first guy that introduced me to the word fuck stick. I never laughed so hard in my life.
Fuck sticks.
It's
a big one.
That's the best line ever. That's the greatest, man. So how you doing besides the big huge stimulus that's passing? Did it pass?
You know, it's weird. Since they approved the vaccine,
yes,
I have become more cautious than I was all summer Because it was like at one point during the summer, you thought, I'm going to have to dodge this son of a bitch for the rest of my life. I may as well start dodging it now. Now I feel like, no, I can just outwait it. Fuck it, I'll be in the basement.
You just ride
Call
it
me
out.
when you're ready for me. Yeah, I'll ride it out now.
Dude,
But lately, I've had go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's pretty soon we're going to be. It's going to be like I Am Legend, the Will Smith version of the Last Man on Earth show, where he's living in the basement and everything else. All those people, all the crazies, are going to be people that react bad from the virus, and everybody else is going to be crazy.
I understand people's concern. I was concerned getting the flu shot because you wait and you go, well, is it going to be worse than having the flu?
Right.
I've had the flu. I've never had the flu shot. But at some point you have to decide. And with this, it doesn't seem like that hard a decision.
Right.
So for the last couple of weeks, I've been pushing this idea. Let's get everybody in line. When you get to the front of the line, they ask you one question: virus or vaccine? Which do you want? We're just going to get this over with right now.
Right.
You want the virus? We'll give you the virus, but no hospitalization.
Yeah, 2
You're
needles.
stupid, and if you die, we're better off.
Yeah, you're holding 2. Yeah, it's the survival of the fittest, or weed out the weak, or whatever the hell you call it. But yeah, 2 needles.
Survival of the smart.
Yeah. Well, I don't. But my daughters are always asking me about the virus, and I got a couple of friends that are like, "I'm not taking it," and I go, "Well, first of all, by the time I'm even eligible to take it, millions of people have already taken that virus. So I'm going to have, or taken the vaccine. I'll have a pretty good idea what's going on. You know, it's like when a new phone comes out, I don't go get it right away. I wait like a few months. I mean, by the time I'm even eligible to get this vaccine, they're going to have a lot of stuff worked out with this vaccine. They're going to know what's going on. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried.
Look at you. Look at you. You wait a few months. I'm talking to you on an iPhone 2.
Dude, I saw you. I know. I saw you cranking to get it going. Sure. I know. I saw you cranking up to get it going.
I'll tell you, if they had seen me an hour ago, they would have given me the vaccine on the spot. You got too many other conditions, mister. Here, take the shot.
Yeah, dude, I really thought you were going to lose your mind.
I was thinking of moving into the home.
Moving into what home? The home?
To the home, just to get the shot and then check myself out.
There you go.
I qualify. Good. You know, I'm.
You qualify for the home?
Oh yeah.
Look at you.
I mean, 73, you qualify.
You look good for 73, Bill. You're not 73. Are you really?
I look good, but I don't see very well. There's the difference.
Doesn't matter. You don't need the tools. You just need to look good when you get to be 73.
You just need a good tool chest.
Yeah, that's all. You know, it's like a house that looks good on the outside. Can we look at the inside? No, you can't actually. Don't go in.
No, you don't want to see anything inside.
Why don't you just take it
here? I don't think.
Yeah, let's just look at the front. Let's leave. You're showing a house like a realtor. The front door looks nice.
Just tell me if my hair starts melting while we're on air.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
There's a lot of that going around.
Hair melting?
You know, the little drool down the side. You've seen that in some famous people.
I am a little familiar.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
You're a young man.
I got a lot going on these days. I can't be watching the news every day. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's the only thing that gets me going. Coffee doesn't work anymore, but watching the news keeps me awake for hours.
I turn it on. I can't watch it at night because I get mad, and then I'll watch it in the afternoon, and I have it on constantly when I'm working. You know, so it's on somewhere in the house, and I'm just flipping through whatever's going on, and I get most of it now. I can't watch the network channels anymore. You know what I mean? I go through the internet, and I get The Hill on YouTube and some other stuff on YouTube, and Jimmy Dore, and it's a lot of anger, dude. Jimmy Dore's thing.
How's Jimmy doing?
Jimmy's good. He's got a huge. I don't. After you follow his stuff online, he's got his own thing now. He's a big guy. He's a big name with the progressives. They love him. He's their leader.
Big name.
Yeah, he's one of their leaders. So I watch his show for a little bit every day. I watch it constantly. So I watch it a lot, and I agree with him more often than not. So not always, but more often than not, I agree with Jimmy Dore. So that's why I watch him.
I wrote Jimmy his first good joke.
Did you really? What was it? Do you remember?
Many years ago. Yep, I do. He said, guy asked him, they were having a conversation. He said, would you do your own mother? And Jimmy said, of course I would. And the guy, you have sex with your own mother? And Jimmy said, no, I thought you meant kill her.
That's good. No. Jimmy
That
gave me
was his best joke. I'm not bragging about it.
I
I'm
can't.
not comparing it to my jokes.
I know it's well, it's 35 years ago. It's pretty good for a starter
Yeah.
joke. It's all right. I remember I worked on the road with him once. We were coming back from Michigan, and he made me feel like shit. And he gave me the best advice in one sentence. And we were driving home, and we did some sort of Yoder gig. I can't remember what it was, but it was, you know what it was. It was a bowling alley. It was one of those gigs.
Yeah.
And I'm driving home, and I'm complaining the whole way, bitching. Going, God damn, TV's on, blah, blah, light pool table, blah, blah, the whole deal, spiel, driving home, right? And Jimmy, at some point, he gets quiet, and Jimmy just goes, I remember when I used to have to work 30 or 40 hours to make the money I made tonight. And I'm driving, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, son of a bitch. You're right. I'm like, God damn it. Now I feel like such an asshole. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
On the other hand, they didn't bowl at work. So
yeah, nobody was bowling or booing me when nobody was heckling me when I was making fries at Family Tree.
And the commute was not 300 miles.
It was not true. There was no UP involved in. I don't know why I'm this for UP.
No.
But I wasn't driving the UP to go to work.
So, which I did not long ago.
Oh man, I haven't been up there in a long time. I hate that bridge, buddy. I don't like the bridge.
Oh, I won't do the bridge side. No.
You go around the other way, or you just don't go?
I have to go around the other way.
Right.
Sault Ste. Marie is not part of my itinerary anymore because of the bridge, honestly.
No, I hate it. It scares the hell out of me.
Anytime they say, oh, it's closed today because of the wind, but it'll probably be okay tomorrow. What?
Yeah,
you want me to come back tomorrow?
Yeah, that means I'm never on that bridge. Thank you. I will never say, when's it going to open again? Those words will never come out of my mouth if I hear it's closed because of wind.
Can I try swimming? I'll try swimming. It's only about 1.5 miles.
I'd rather swim. Yeah. I mean,
that's always been brutal.
Isn't that where the Edmund Fitzgerald went down up in that area too? Is that where that went down?
Lake Superior, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But I'm the guy, there's 6 trucks behind me, all blowing their air horn because I'm going 3 miles an hour and weaving a little bit.
You're pissing off a truck. That's great.
Oh, man.
I hate when the trucks pass you on that bridge. That's what sucks. And during the winter, when the snow's coming down, they don't fuck around. They're in a hurry. They got somewhere to go. So I'm in that right lane, double fisting it, just hanging on for dear life. And they're flying by me at about 80, and the snow, spitting snow on my window, and I'm just praying that I don't get knocked off the top. And, oh, man, it scares the crap out of me.
And for people who've never driven it, there are sections, as I recall, it's been a while, but where it's that sort of metal mesh that you're driving over. So in addition to everything else, you get this really eerie sound invading your car of tires going over metal mesh.
Yeah.
And it kind of shrieks at you.
Yep.
Oh, it's the shrieking eels. They're terrible.
Yeah, and it's there was a scene in I watched this show Bull on CBS. There's a show on Bull, and there was an episode where they were going over a bridge in like upstate New York or something like near in the New York area, and it just shows people driving off. The bridge broke and no one saw it, so people just keep driving off this edge. There's a huge accident. It's and that's all I think of every time I go over that bridge. I'm like, it's gonna be the story. It'll be the one story. The tragedy that happened in 2008 that 30 cars fell off, and I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be one of them.
I always picture that video from years ago of the bridge that just started twisting.
Oh, the earthquake one?
The earthquake bridge? It just all untangled and then finally collapsed. But first, you got the ride of your life right before you died. Always exciting.
Dude, that was creepy. That's not cool.
This has been a pleasant conversation. I think I'm going to go shoot myself now.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, let's talk stimulus and broken bridges and earthquakes and the Edmund Fitzgerald, and we've covered some bases.
Hey,
Tim Walker.
A month from now, vaccine and Biden. That's what I keep telling myself every day. Vaccine and Biden.
Vaccine and Biden. Well, those vaccines will just keep rolling out.
God willing.
Yeah, God willing. Hopefully it.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
It's a good time, man. I can't believe they got it out so fast, man. Dude, 9 months. Technically 9 months, but still.
It was just about a year ago. I got real excited on Nova. I don't know if you ever watched Nova. Sometimes there's nothing else on, and I'll watch Nova.
That's a smart person.
And it was an episode. I know I seldom, but it was about the the lady who won like he's one of the Nobel Prizes this year, discovered this molecule, and it's the basis of the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine. And not only is it exciting that they developed it so fast, the cool part is the platform that they're using is completely new. So in the future, they say another virus comes along, they can go snip, snip,
Yeah.
throw in a little piece of the next virus, boom, they got a vaccine.
Wow.
It's not like the old vaccines are all based on a similar virus or a
Sure.
dead version of the virus,
Right. Right. Yeah.
some
Right.
other version. This this is a completely new approach. And the fact that right out of the bottle, 95% effective, it's
Yeah.
mind blowing how they did it in a year.
Yeah.
Now, the scientists now say, well, yeah, we did this in a year, but it's based on what we've been up to for the last 7 or 14 or 600 years. It's
Right.
it's just we're lucky to have been where we were when we needed to be there.
Right. Right.
It's a
Well,
very cool story.
well, I haven't seen the whole story. I
And
know there's. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish it, please. I want to know.
the fact that there's people out there going, yeah, it's just all bullshit. Wait, you'll believe that they've figured out a way to make molecules that they can track you that are
Yeah.
too small to be seen with the human eye, but you won't believe that they got a vaccine that'll stop a virus. What
Yeah.
the hell is wrong with
I
you?
didn't even think about that angle of it. Like, wait a minute. So you're okay with the small micro radio microorganisms going through your blood where they can track your being, you're walking at all time, but curing the virus is too much for you to fathom. Oh, okay.
You
That's
know,
really funny.
you know what the horse I've been riding for the last 5, 6 months, and
You
it
have a
seems
horse
more and more. I have a horse
in
in my
Chicago?
head. It's a
I
little
see.
pony that I ride in my head.
Well, you're 73. That happens.
Here's the problem: the people that are willing to believe all this shit, this virus is full of little tracking molecules, uh, everything that the erstwhile president calls fake news. If they're willing to believe every conspiracy that comes along, I think part of the problem is raised on belief as a basis of organizing their their thoughts. And once you start believing shit, it's easy to believe the next thing that comes along. Now, I'm somewhat spiritual. I believe in an afterlife. I believe in a creator. I was raised religious, but that doesn't mean that I want to take my rational being and throw it out the window and just believe whatever somebody tells me to believe. If a scientist tells me to believe something, I'm more likely to simply because he knows I can ask him, show me your work.
Yeah.
When my
Right.
priest tells me to believe something, I'm
That's
sorry.
true. Just have
If I
faith.
say, okay, tell you what, turn something into wine for me. I could use a glass right now. How about I turn wine into the blood of Christ? Yeah, okay, that's not quite as impressive because it still tastes like wine. You know, you know what I mean? I can make Kool-Aid that's more exciting than that. It
Yeah.
looks like water, and now it looks like lime
Look
juice.
at that.
Cool.
I'm a messiah.
I think that's why they call it Kool-Aid because it's so
It's so
cool.
cool. Yeah. Right on. All right. I guess the bill just passed. That's what I'm hearing. So we're good. There we go. Everything's better now. Everything's better now. The bill's passed.
Ooh,
Okay. All right. Well, Merry
that'll
Christmas.
take care of some of my Christmas expenses. Jesus.
Uh,
I'm Italian. I'll spend that on dinner on Thursday.
yeah. I guess the
sister
unemployment
and I-
also is $300. Is it 300 a week now? 400 a week that they're giving for the
Bumped
unemployment?
up
Well,
if
it
you're
was
still qualifying for unemployment.
Yeah, you know what they did here in California? Did you hear the California unemployment is fucked up? I mean, it's fucked up. But they just sent emails out to all these people a little while ago. There was a problem with the way the money was reported or the way that they claimed or that they filed for the money, and now they want a bunch of people to give the money back. And I mean, not just a few people, a lot of people, like thousands of people, were told now you've got to pay back X amount of dollars. And it's not a little bit of dollars. You know what I mean? Since we're, I think, in 9 months, many people are just surviving on that money. Some people aren't lucky enough to keep working in any way. I've been somewhat fortunate. Other people have jobs, but some people are completely fucking screwed right now. And all these people that have no money right before Christmas get an email from EDD saying, hey, you have to pay that money back now. That's what they did here in California. Bill's so mad I think he froze. He did freeze. You there? Hold on, Bill. I lost you.
Why not? Yeah.
Hold on.
Where am I?
I lost you, Bill. Hold on.
One is and the other one isn't.
There you go. Hang on. Bill's here. You know what happened? It's when the stimulus package passed. Now they took a bunch of money from my budget, and I think the kids from Westview are celebrating that the stimulus budget passed. I think that's what's happening right now, and that's why Bill has froze. I bet you he'll be back.
I'm lying.
Oh, he's almost back. Hold on. Let me make sure I can text him. Hold on. Donna says the show is great. Let's check on the board really quick. Donna said the show's great. Thank you guys. You've been great. I'll tell you, yeah, Bill and I did work on the road. I'll tell you the story in a minute if I get him back. What else do we have? My Little Pony. I don't know. I missed the opening to that. Oh, $300. Okay. Yeah, unemployment is an extra $300 a week now, which is what I guess you can get. Which technically it's $450 total a week if you live in California, which is $900 every 2 weeks. I'll do the math, $1,800 every month. So there you go. You're welcome. That's what the government's saying right now. And now the Senate, they can go home. I'm sure they're packing up their bags and heading home for Christmas, feeling like they had a job. They did a job.
I hear you. I can't.
You keep coming in and coming out, Bill. I have you, and then you're gone. Let me see if I can send him a message one more time. In and out. This is going to put Bill over the edge. This is not cool. I wanted the show to end well because I think Bill is so frustrated with the computer he's going to have a complete meltdown. Oh, Todd. Oh, that's Todd that was on the show last week. Apparently, he has hacked my system. That's what he said. He's trying to stop by blocking the conversation. It makes complete sense. Anyway, here's the Bill. I'll tell the Bill story while he's not here. He keeps coming and going. We worked on the road. This is back a long time ago. This is back in the, I want to say 80s or 90s. And we were going down to Bloomington, Illinois. I want to say it was Bloomington, Illinois. And I met him in Chicago. He was on the north side. I was on the south side. I think he picked me up on the south side. And we started driving down south to go to Bloomington. And around that time, what was really popular was bookstores. Bookstores were big.
Hello.
Barnes and Noble. Hey, you there? You back?
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. What happened? Did you have to go cash that $600 check? I don't know. Let's not worry about it. Let's just keep moving forward. Anyway, I was telling the story when we first worked on the road. We worked in Bloomington or something. We drove from Chicago down, and it was back when there were still bookstores everywhere, and you were a big stop at bookstore guy. So, so we used to stop all the way down. It's just stop at a bookstore after a couple hours of driving, get a cup of coffee. It was great. You were the first guy that actually introduced me to the bookstore thing. I'm like, man, this is really cool. You get a cup of coffee and read a book and go back on the road. So, and we talked politics briefly because I had just worked I think I told the story last time. I had just worked the week before with Ken Severa, who is the opposite of you.
Yes.
He's the exact opposite of you. So.
If I say my name backwards, I become Ken Severa.
You become Ken Severa.
It's a weird.
Yeah. I said to him, I just read Al Franken's book, the Rush Limbaugh's a Big Fat Idiot. And I told Severa that. I go, hey, I just read I read Al Franken's book. Rush Limbaugh's a big fat idiot. And he goes, oh yeah, well, Al Franken's a big fat idiot. And that's the last thing I said. I never said another word for 3 hours. It was just Ken screaming about Hillary Clinton for like 3 hours. I was just in this passenger seat. A lot of spit flying. He's a White Sox fan, though. I'll give him that. He's a good guy. He's just a very hardcore Republican.
The first argument I had with Ken Severa was at a Cubs game, and we're both Sox fans at a Cubs game, so we had that kind of time. And
All right.
it was just comics getting drunk in the bleachers.
Sure.
So
Perfect.
he
Those are the
says to
days.
me, Gorgo, I'm gonna explain why I'm a Republican. He says I'm tired of the people who just sit home waiting for their check to show up in the mail. And I said, Ken, do you mean unemployment check, Social Security check, welfare check, or their stock return check, their dividend check? Which do you mean? And he shut up for about an hour and a half, and I was glad. And he's never given me an answer to that question.
He's still
He
working it
thinks
out.
everybody should work as hard as he does,
Yeah.
which isn't all that hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, Ken, you're a comic.
Yeah.
You work like 3 hours a week.
Yeah.
Some comics work harder writing new material. You don't even have that excuse going for you.
Yeah.
Not to get personal, but
yeah. And actually, back then, comics were getting checks in the mail anyway. You know what I mean? Our checks came in the mail back then. Remember that? I hated those days. I was like,
oh yeah,
okay. And you have to call and it'd be
that nervous week and a half.
I fucking hated the worst. I would always there was a couple of guys I would call up and go, I haven't got the check yet. They go, oh wow, really? It's weird. Yeah, of course it's weird. I know. It's always weird. 2 weeks later, for some reason, it takes my checks two to 4 weeks to get from Michigan to Illinois. But I can get my cable bill in 3 days.
Was worse was when they give you a check that night, but they wouldn't cash it. You're like, you're in a cash business, and you just wrote me a check that you can't cash.
Right.
How are you going to cover this check?
Yeah, that doesn't sound positive at all.
It doesn't sound right.
What are you saying about this paper I'm taking out of your store? You have no faith in this check.
Whenever they said, would you mind if I paid you by check, I'd say, sure. And then I would say, could you make it out to cash?
Yeah.
Instead of to me. And they'd say, why? And I'd say, because then if it doesn't clear, it's a federal offense rather than a civil matter.
Yeah. Smart.
And they would suddenly find cash.
And you're like, oh, look, I found money.
Yep.
Wow.
It was a dangerous but exciting life we led back in those days.
And
now we have to.
Yeah, we were at least, if you think about it, we were at least, I would almost go for a check in the mail now. You know what I mean? I'm like, we're bitching about work and getting paid 15, 20, 30 years ago, and now there's no money or pay or anything.
Oh, that's how when we got cut off, we were talking about the stimulus check. And I said, I got the first stimulus and I spent it as soon as I could because I wanted to stimulate. And, but it always puzzled me that why didn't they just say, stay home, keep doing, keep your employment active by having your employer send you the check, you send us the check, and we'll send him the money to cover the check. This way, everybody's getting the money that they are out. Right. Instead of everybody having to get the same amount of money. If your lifestyle is your lifestyle because you're used to making 10 grand a week, all of a sudden you're getting $1,200 to take you through the next 3 months, I understand that you could be a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I'm retired. The $1,200 was purely stimulus. I'm already unemployed. Thanks for the $1,200. Seriously, I spent it as soon as possible on hiring people to do stuff, figuring that's the best way to get it back in.
Well, are you saying that the government should give the money to your employer and then your employer turns around and gives you the money based on how much money you make?
Or at least cover a portion of what your usual check would have been. This way, you stay connected to your employer, and we are stimulating people at the level that they need help.
It seems to make it seems to make sense. However, it's dangerously close to a trickle down concept where you have to trust the employer to turn around and pay you the money. You know what I mean?
We don't trust each other at all in this country, or we would have universal medical coverage, right?
Yeah. See, that's.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to think that the only thing standing between us and universal medical is rich people going, I don't want to have to pay for everybody else. No,
Sure.
it's poor people who don't want to pay for the other guy.
Yeah, right.
Everybody thinks that they are healthier than average
Right.
until they are sicker than average.
Yeah,
And then they are just screwed.
I'm amazed how many friends I have that don't have any medical coverage. I talked to a lot of people lately, and a lot of I don't have medical. I'm like, how do you do that? How do you I don't understand how you can walk around. I mean, in the last 4 years, I've been to the doctor, I got to think maybe 8 times at the most. I go once or twice a year, tops. I'm lucky. I'm knocking on every kind of wood I can find right now because I've been good. I take a little blood pressure medicine. Besides that, nothing. This is funny. The last time I had something major wrong, I fell on stage and I didn't break my leg, but I hit the front of my shin. And I got this huge hematoma, like a blood clot and all this stuff and everything. And all that happened. And I did it on a ship. And I flew home. And it was in so much pain. I got home. It was huge. And then I had to go to the hospital when I got home. All that happened. I was in between medical coverages. There was a 30-day gap where I didn't have coverage. So I had to pay all that out of pocket. The ER, all of that shit. But that's the only month I haven't had medical coverage maybe in the last 20 years, maybe 15, 20 years.
The thing that makes me really sad is when you hear people who are like me who are on Medicare who are against Medicare for all.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, wait, what?
Medicare.
Yeah. What is that? That's like don't touch my pie. What is that about exactly?
Yeah. Yeah. Or don't touch that guy's pie because I'm hoping he'll share it with me, but not you. What?
Yeah. Yeah. What's that old cartoon? That cartoon? This is a terrible. It's very. I'm going to try and tell this without being. It's not politically correct, but the joke is there's a bureaucrat, and then there's someone from Mexico, and then there's someone from the United States, and the bureaucrat has a big bowl of Cheerios, and then someone from the United States has a little bitty small bowl of Cheerios, and the guy from Mexico has no Cheerios. And he looks at the American and he goes, "Hey, be careful, that Mexican's trying to get some of your Cheerios." But he's got this huge bowl, of Cheerios. Yeah, which is that's the point. It's like, you know what I mean? Where somebody's got all the money, and then the people would know, whatever.
I'm so tired of this being referred to as the richest country on earth. First of all, Bahrain. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
They're doing okay.
Yeah, they're all right.
And you know what? The poor people in Bahrain are way better off than the poor people here.
Dude, the poor people here are a mess. Let me tell you something. I live in L.A., man. I deliver Uber Eats every night in the streets. The homeless situation is a mess here. And there are people struggling all over the city. I noticed it last night when I was driving. There are people that are homeless living in campers and tents that have cars that are parked next to the tent and the camper. And the deal is they just can't afford a house here. They can't live here. But their job is here, and they can't leave because they'll lose their job. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're stuck. Yeah. So they live in a tent. They just live in a tent and drive to and from work. It doesn't make any sense.
There's a lot of ways that we measure the political divide in this country, and one of the more common ways is rural versus urban. And you want to talk about people who are caught in a bubble of belief, people who live in rural America and don't realize the problems that other people in this country are having, or write them off to other factors like race. It is absolutely criminal. And the saddest part of all is how many of those very same people pat themselves on the back for being Christians. It's so disturbing. I can't begin to tell you.
Right. Well, I'm always amazed. Like, I'm a big believer. I just had a huge Facebook argument again with somebody. I got to stop. I got to get off of Facebook, man. I have the mistake every time. I always read something on Facebook from a friend, and I go, well, I can explain this to them, and then type it in, and then 4 days later I lose a friend. I'm not trying to be a dick. But I'm a big believer in empathy and looking at and my debate was, I don't want to get into this debate because it was very long, but someone was complaining about being out a few weeks ago, and there were people everywhere out. And she's like, why are there people out? And I go, are you complaining that people are out while you're out? And she's like, well, yes, but I'm running errands. You don't understand. I go, no, I do understand, but I don't think you understand what you're saying or doing. No, you don't understand. And it turned into, it just snowballed. It got really ugly. It was really a mess. And then I sent her a long message. And my bottom line is, the only thing I was trying to understand that people don't have enough empathy for other people in this world. They think they do, and they want people to have empathy and understand what they're going through, but they don't for a second begin to try to understand what other people might be going through. They just look and judge and point a finger and go, you shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, oh yeah. I used to think I was pretty empathetic until I read something actually on Facebook from a guy I know who has a lot of empathy. And I had never thought of this before. He said, it always sounds good to say, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. But how do you know they want to be done unto that way?
That's a pretty good point. That's a good point.
And it's yeah. How about this? How about ask someone how they wanted to be done unto,
right,
before you do unto them the way you want to be done unto?
Yeah, that's
a nice minimum, but
yeah,
it's certainly not the maximum.
Right. Well, I'm like one of the things I hate the most, especially politicians, that they always seem to think that they know what people need. They're like, we know exactly what you guys need. And politicians have been on a clue. We should have term limits, I think, would solve so much of the problems that we have right now, because people in the Senate are so far removed from the real world. They don't know what it's like to go to work and buy bread and do, I mean, just look at the stimulus package. Like, well, we might have to stay for a while. We're going to stay through the weekend. And you're like, hey, fuck you. Yeah, you are going to stay through the weekend. There's people that are struggling right now. And I think there's a difference between telling people what they need and looking at people and trying to understand what they're going through and trying to find out.
Or how about asking them?
Ask them what they need. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you need?
Don't assume to know. You're right. Don't assume to know what another person needs to get better or needs to help them.
Right.
Ask them, what can I do to help you? What can I do? What do you need? What would make it easier? Not here, this should help. You need this will help. It's like the stimulus package. You're like, this doesn't really help. I mean, I don't want to be a dick. $600, sure, I could use it, but fuck, come on, $600. I got kids. It's not gonna, it's not gonna work. It's been 9 months.
Cover the rent.
Yeah, it's been 9 months. Lost my job. You know what I mean? How many people have lost their job over the last 9 months?
Rich Voss. Do you know Rich?
I love Richie. Yeah, New York guy. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. I heard him say something the other day. He said, I'm supposed to stop doing business, stop going to work because of the virus, but my landlord's still working. His work is collecting rent from me.
It's true.
Why isn't he supposed to stop working for a while?
I don't see how that's working. That doesn't connect at all.
Yeah. Where am I supposed to get the money to pay him if I can't go to work?
Yeah, I just had somebody give me a hard time the other day. I was supposed to be in Vegas last week, and I got canceled. And about a week ago, I was talking about it, and somebody said, "You're not going to go." It was before it got canceled. Oh, look at that! I guess the battery ran out of my light. I was supposed to go, and someone goes, "You're not going to? Are you going?" I go, "Yeah, I'm going." They go, "Dude, there's a virus. There's a stay-at-home order." I go, yeah, I know there's a stay-at-home order, and that home costs me money to stay in, and I have to go make money to pay it. I can't cancel gigs because everybody wants me to stay home. Maybe if the government would give me more than $600, I could fucking do that. But until then, I got to find a way to support my kids.
Or if your landlord would go to Vegas and maybe die.
Yeah.
Then
that would work. He would. My landlord's like 95. That guy's not in good shape. I'm looking at this show is miserable, Bill. We talked about every bad news thing. This is easily the saddest show I've ever done.
And yet we're laughing.
Yeah.
What is wrong with us?
Well, this is the job we got into. This is why we do what we do. This is exactly what I would expect out of both of us at this moment. And the stimulus just passed.
I told somebody the other day, I don't mind the quarantining, but I'm running out of stuff to talk to myself about. so this is a real break for me, just a conversation with a human.
Thank God we worked out the sound. That's why you're so worked up when the sound didn't work. It's like, you're like, if I don't talk to somebody else, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I swear to God. We got to get this to work. What the hell? Come on. Damn, what's wrong with you piece of crap? Let's go.
Sometimes I'll just open up my front door and stare out in case somebody's walking their dog. It's just lonely.
It's just lonely.
Uh,
All right, let me go to the
but
board real
I
quick.
tell you, all those years on the road, sitting in a hotel room waiting for showtime, it was good training for this shit. I can keep myself occupied
Yeah, well,
pretty
I
well.
I talked to dude ship guys. We talk about that all the time. When I first got on a ship, it was the hardest adjustment in the world. Also, because I was getting divorced at the time, and I didn't want to be on ships, and I didn't want to get divorced, and I didn't want to be away from my kids. I was not in a good, healthy place. So the first few weeks of being on ships, I was just miserable. But then you learn. You want to talk about learning to entertain yourself. Sometimes you're on a ship, you don't know anybody, and you're on that ship for 2 weeks. You got to figure, a way to entertain yourself. That's when you start to. I picked up on meditating. I was working out a bunch, but yeah, as a comic, man, all the traveling and the planes are one thing, but dude, 9 hours in a car, that Midwest driving stuff, man. You want to talk about being alone? The UP, those rides up to the UP, man.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
I remember driving nonstop to Florida by myself.
Oh man, you drove all the way nonstop.
Yeah,
How many hours is that?
21 hours. 21 hours.
Dude, that's insane. Why'd you drive nonstop? Did you have to?
No, I just, I was awake. I may have had a book on tape.
That
I wanted
helps,
to
yeah.
find out how it ended.
I can't stop till I find out what's going
So
on.
as long as I'm going, that was always the rule for me, at least. As long as I can go, go.
Right. Yeah.
The
Right.
hours are going to be there tomorrow, the next day. I'm going, go.
That's a good
I
point.
remember, I remember doing a third show on Saturday in Omaha, getting off stage at like 1:30, no, 1 o'clock probably, and thinking, well, it's only 400 miles, may as well go, and driving home. I mean, that was just our mindset. You get an adrenaline rush, and you ride it.
Yeah, that's true. That was the smartest way to do it because you knew that you had to drive anyway. So why waste the
Yeah,
time? What do we used to say? Get miles behind us or something. I used to say it to my brother. My
get
brother
them
worked with
behind
me on
you.
the road for years. I would be like, dude, let's get a couple hours behind us and then we'll stop or whatever. Just anything
Yeah,
to save us that last day. Well, I use the same
there's
mentality
seriously,
now. Same mentality now delivering Uber Eats. Like when I do Uber Eats at night, if it's busy and I'm awake, I'm like, I might as well just keep driving. I'll just go till if I'm making money, just keep making money because I gotta make
I,
the money anyway.
I never minded sitting in a hotel room waiting for the show to start, but I hated sitting in a hotel room waiting for the trip home to start.
Oh,
That to
right.
me was just wasted time. Wasted. Go. That's why I never did the boats. It's like, can I take over the steering wheel for a while? I got a places to be. I want. Could you put out a couple of sails or something? Because we're going slow.
Yeah. Well,
I like to move.
the boats are the hardest part about the boats are when you're doing like I would do the crossings, but there are times when you would do a show and then you were off for like 4 or 5 days, and sometimes those were 3 sea days. So you were at sea for 3 days, and you wouldn't have a show. Those are the hardest days where I would just be like, there was nothing.
Keep in mind, most of what I know about working on the ships comes to me from Tim Walko and Dobie
Dobie,
Maxwell.
yeah, Dobie does not like the
So,
ships.
so,
Yeah,
so, in terms of sanity, you
yeah,
are the most sane person I've talked to
I know.
about being on ships.
Well, I was always correct because I did Kenosha for when Dolby was still involved with it, maybe about 2 years ago. And
Hmm.
when I showed up, there were a bunch of people there, and they go, "How do you know Dolby?" And I'm like, "I've known him for a couple of years and stuff." And then we got on the subject, and they go, "Well, where were you last week?" I go, "Ship. I work on cruise ships all the time." And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I'm like, "What do you mean sorry?" Because I'm like, I don't hate it. And they're like, "Really?" Because Dolby does not paint a good picture of the ships at all. You
No.
know? Yeah.
Well, Dobie doesn't paint a good picture of Kenosha. So,
In Toby's
you know,
defense, that's true. Here's another guy I got to call. Damn it, I got to write these names down. That was my pen. I'm going to put it on my phone. Dobie and Walko. I'm going to message both of them right now. They should be on the show. Yeah, Dobie doesn't paint a very good picture of anything. That's true. That's very
no,
true.
no.
All right. All right, man. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Let's get out of here. We actually
Let's wrap it up and put it under the
up.
tree.
Let's go. I got to go deliver food to fat people. That's my plan now. That's what I do every night after the Uber Eats. Not that they're all fat.
I have to go get food delivered to me. Wait a minute.
I may be at your house in a couple hours, bringing you some sort of big bowl of pasta.
Well, figure out what week you're working in Kenosha and bring me some food.
I'll figure it out.
Stay on my...
That cake's still there, right? Or isn't it back? But Dobie's not involved with it. Dobie's out. Oh, hey, I know. I want to.
Whole nother story.
I know. I don't want to get into that story. I don't want to. I'll bring Dobie on to talk about that because we talked about it briefly.
Please.
Yeah, I would. I whatever. I know it didn't. It's you know what in Dobie's. I don't know what to say. In his defense, it's in a lot of ways it's kind of a classic Dobie story. Dobie's always got a story where like you're not gonna believe this, and I'm like coming from you, I would believe almost any story you would tell me right now. So there's always some sort of weird shit show. But yeah, I guess that one it ended bad. And hey,
1999 RAV4. Never had an accident. Drove it for almost 20 years. It got in one accident the day I lent it to Dobie to drive home from a gig, and he hit a deer. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, well, pretty good. But Dobie's the guy driving the car, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I should have anticipated it.
You should have known exactly. You should have known. I love the guy, but holy cow. I had a buddy like that here in L.A. where he would come in with a story that made no sense, and people would be like, I don't believe that. And I go, I totally believe that coming from him.
He's the guy.
I totally understand that shit. That's totally. Hey, I wanted to ask you this before we go. I didn't mention it earlier. I forgot. Bert Haas is retiring, is what I just found out.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I just got a text this morning. I'm going to do a video for him real quick here before I leave the show.
Me too. If I can figure out how, I am too. We should have just taped this.
I could. You want to do something? We could. I'll do it.
Let's do something right now.
Okay.
From Chicago and L.A.
From Chicago and L.A. From both. My light's out though, so he'll know who I am. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's just go. We'll throw. You know what? I'll cut this at the. You know what? Hold on. Yeah. Let's do. We'll do it live on the internet. Why not?
Let's sing farewell. Wiedersehen goodbye to him.
How does that go? I don't know. How to go.
Well, adieu, Wiedersehen goodbye. Adieu to you and you and you. The Sound of Music never made it to us.
Yeah, I'm not really into that.
Goodbye, Bert.
Bye, Bert. Bert Haas.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Kid.
Bye, Bert. Make sure you write down my dates before you leave.
I haven't got any. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there's no dates to hand out. That's why he's leaving.
Let's go.
I'm surprised he's leaving now. I'm surprised he's retiring now. You know what I mean? Nobody's calling him. He can't be getting hounded.
What are you retiring from?
Yeah, there's nothing. I don't know. You finally get some quiet time and you got to get out? That's it? It's finally quiet.
How many times can you check the VO bottle? I mean, it's right where it was 2 weeks ago. Your stock is your stock done.
The phone stops ringing and now you got to get out. That's good. Okay.
Well, have fun, Bert. Enjoy being a granddad.
Yeah. Good luck, Bert. Enjoy your retirement. You deserve it, my friend.
Call me if you want to go fishing.
Yeah. Call Bill if you want to go fishing. Call me if you want to come to L.A.
Or if you need anything from Uber Eats.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, if you need some food delivered to you up there in where you live, let me know. I'll bring it by. I can bring it. Just you better tip though. Don't play that game. Don't be like, it's Lenny.
You rode that Bronco a long time, my friend. A long time.
Yeah, really long, dude. He was there when I first showed up in Chicago back in '92.
Yep.
So he had to be there. When did he get there? '80s, early '80s.
I remember.
You're longer than me.
I remember having long discussions with Bob Odenkirk what he should wear for his Zanies audition.
Oh no!
For Bert Haas.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
I think he decided on the leather jacket.
Good for him. All right. That's a great look for Odenkirk.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, yes, back when we were all wearing leather jackets, right?
Oh yeah.
I was wearing bandanas. I had it all going on. Earring hanging down. Yeah, I had the whole long hair.
Let's see what works. Let's see what works.
Anyway.
He saw all of that. Okay, man.
All right, man. Well, look, dude, thanks.
Down the road.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man. I'll have you back on again, and next time maybe.
Anytime.
Actually, this went really well, man. It wasn't as the picture's good, clear. I heard you. Everything's. I'm very happy. I'm very happy it all worked out. I'm glad you didn't have an aneurysm when I first talked to you at 4:30.
You're glad.
You did not look well. It did not. You had the towel and everything. You're just like, Jesus Christ, I can't. I can't. And the best, I could see you bitching, but I couldn't hear you. I could see your lips going. You're just like,
oh. That was my cardio for the month.
Oh, you. Yeah, you were sweating. I know that. You worked up a sweat.
Oh, yeah.
You did.
You got to work up a sweat.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, buddy. Take it easy. Happy holidays, man.
You too, and a
Stay
good
healthy.
New Year. Great New Year.
And don't spend that $600 all in one place.
It's the only place I got.
All right, buddy. Take care. Take it easy. All right, folks, that's the man right there. That is Bill Gorgo. Look at that. The show went well. The show went pretty well. I'm very excited. We had so many technical problems early on, but it worked out, and that's my friend. Let's check the board really quick, man. Some of you guys, you were here real quick. If you follow the ticker above, if you were watching the show for the first time or you're tuning in and you enjoyed it, I hope you enjoyed it. Like the video, please. Subscribe to the video. It would help me even more. Also, even more importantly, if you can, if you want to pay dollars to watch the show or you think the content was quality and worth some cash, you have options scrolling above my head and even more, bam, right there below me. You can go to LennySchmidt.com if you can. And you can Venmo me at Lenny Schmidt, Cash App at $ Lenny Schmidt Comedy, Lenny Schmidt Comedy on Venmo. And the Patreon, also Lenny Schmidt Comedy. Patreon is a monthly service. You can join in for as little as $1 a month. Also, and I'll say this one more time, this Saturday, 6 o'clock, streaming live, Reconnecting Comedy. I'll be plugging that show the next few days on the interweb as I'm working on my website and advertising skills, which means it'll be me swearing on my computer quite a bit. And that's it. That's all I got. You guys are great. Thank you very much for being here. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys in 2 days. Darren Carter, the party starter, will be here on Wednesday. The rest of you guys. So we have one more show before Christmas. One more. And today's 26th. So one more show on the 23rd. And then we're off for Christmas and New Year and Christmas Eve. Thank you guys so much. You are the best. Do me a favor. Dream of Pinky.
Lenny Schmidt Quarantine Comedy was created, produced, and is hosted by Lenny Schmidt. We live stream on YouTube at 6 p.m. Pacific every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Special episodes occasionally stream or are uploaded on Tuesday and Thursday. Every episode is also launched as a podcast and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. If you enjoyed the show, please like the video. If you really like it, share the video. If you really, really like it, please subscribe to the Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. You'll get updates on this and numerous other online comedy content that my dad produces. Check the info section below for detailed information on all of our guests. If you are a fan, you can follow and support them as well. Go to their page, like their content, buy their albums, purchase their shirt, any merch they may be selling. Anything you do will support performers will literally help save the arts. In fact, if you want to support this show financially, just go to LennySchmidt.com/ifyoucan or Venmo at Lenny Schmidt Comedy. If you donate as little as $1 or as much as $10,000, it will help pay for the stuff my dad keeps breaking. If you can't pay for the comedy content, that's okay. COVID sucks for all of us. Enjoy the free show. If you want to find a way to support what we do, just subscribe to Lenny Schmidt Comedy channel on YouTube. That really helps a lot. Thank you for listening to my dad's show, and as always, dream of Pinky.